That's why we do have our weather impact day that is in place for your Saturday. Goes into effect overnight tonight, lasts through Saturday night. We're likely going to see a couple waves. First wave will be a decaying line of storms that will move through during the early morning hours of Saturday. Another punch of moisture and storms moving in during the later parts of your Saturday. All forms of severe weather are on the table with damaging wind gusts as our primary threat and really the driving factor behind having a weather impact day. Strong wind gusts outside of any storms likely, and then localized flooding will be possible as well, especially where we see a corridor of 3 to maybe close to 4 inches worth of rain. Temperatures out there right now, low to mid 40s and in spots across southern Kentucky, mid 50s here in Lexington. As you head throughout your Friday, we'll be tracking temperatures climbing all the way into the mid to upper 70s. Yes, there is a chance later this afternoon that we sneak in a pop-up shower or a storm, but the bigger headline will be the warmth and the breeze. Wind advisory goes into effect later this afternoon. You're not going to see 40+ mile-per-hour gusts during the day. It's really overnight tonight and into Saturday that we'll see the strongest of the winds. Viper radar right now, that is dry. Expect things to stay dry through your morning hours. May see a chance of a shower or storm later this afternoon, but here's our next system. It's now moving across the Rocky Mountains right now, and as it moves eastward, that's where we'll start to see more impact. So severe weather threat today through tomorrow morning. Notice how that level 4 risk is out for western Kentucky, but it steps down as you head further east. That's because this line of storms will be weakening during the overnight hours before it eventually fizzles out, leading to our next severe weather risk that's Saturday through Saturday night. Level 3 risk out for far southern Kentucky. Down south, that does include the Nashville area. So if you have any loved ones there in Nashville for the SEC tournament, make sure they're staying weather aware and have a way to receive weather alerts as well. Locally, damaging wind gusts are primary threat. Isolated large hail also possible. And there is an isolated tornado threat. That's mainly going to be from Monticello, Wayne County, southward down into Tennessee. So timing things out here with Futurecast. Here comes this line of storms late this evening. That's 8 o'clock. Notice how we're still dry through around 2 a.m. for us locally. Evansville points southward. These storms will be worth watching. There's likely going to be some rotation within those. But as you head later into the night and into your early morning hours of Saturday, notice the line's a lot weaker there. It will eventually fizzle out. If we get a little bit of a break during your midday and into the afternoon, that's going to lead to some strengthening of these cells. If the radar looks like this is not going to pose much of a severe weather threat. Still worth watching, though, because if these cells get out on their own, the environment's going to be favorable for them to strengthen. So that's what we call a conditional risk. The conditions need to align for that threat to materialize. But what we can expect is this line of heavy rain and stronger storms. That's going to poise our main strong storm threat and the threat of that heavy rain and gusty winds that will eventually push eastward. So our main threat, damaging wind gusts. The tornado threat is mainly to our south and our west. Again, the overnight tonight, that tornado threat is going to stay to our south, and then Saturday into Saturday night, that again is the southern Kentucky points southward, the hatched area. That's a risk of EF2 or stronger tornadoes. Wind gusts are also going to be an issue. We have a 15% risk of damaging wind gusts with the hatched area, southern Kentucky southward, 75 mile-per-hour winds or stronger, and the heavy rain. The corridor of the heaviest rain comes right through central Kentucky, particularly south central Kentucky, with 2 to 3 inches, maybe a little bit more in spots. There's a look ahead at your full 7-day forecast, weather impact day for your Saturday. Again, we've broken it all down for you, but you can stay with us here on ABC 36 for more updates.